Thanks so much, Chris.
Tonight, Nikki Haley doubling down on this controversial remark about the history of race in America.
We're not a racist country, Brian. We've never been a racist country.
On the campaign trail today, Haley addressing the criticism head on, turning to a regular part of her stump speech for cover.
You said the other day that we have never been a racist country. Was that a slip of the tongue?
No. Listen, I was born a brown girl in a small rural town in South Carolina. If my parents never wanted us to think we lived in a racist country, did we face racism? Yes.
It's the latest in a series of campaign stumbles on race from Haley as she rises in the polls. Last month, the former South Carolina governor faced fierce backlash for failing to mention slavery when asked about the cause of the Civil War.
What do you want me to say about slavery?
No, you've answered my question. Thank you.
Next question.
That firestorm and the flurry of clarifications that followed, the possible driver of a temporary, if critical, adjustment on the trail, limited Q&As with voters, and near zero questions from her traveling press corps. Choices that drew rebukes from Haley's GOP rival, Ron DeSantis.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last question.
No, I'm going to do some more. Don't worry. How many is that? Like 4 or 5? I got to do more than that. That'll equal the number that Haley and Trump do in a month.
But today, Haley reversing course, answering questions from voters for the first time since Monday's Iowa caucus and facing her first reporter gaggle in weeks.
You've seen him at his campaign rallies. He's ramping up his attacks.
Days from the New Hampshire primary, Haley 14 points behind her former boss, Donald Trump, even as some polls had them neck and neck here in notoriously hard-to-poll New Hampshire. Despite fluid polling and Ron DeSantis still in the running, her campaign framing this race as a one-on-one with Trump. Haley, though, continuing to temper her direct criticisms of the frontrunner.
Do you think that even if he's convicted, he's still qualified to be president?
I'm going to beat him so we don't have to ever deal with, are we going to elect a convicted felon?
Now, as Haley prepares for the Granite State to pose the biggest test of her candidacy yet, questions about if she has what it takes to pass it, with flying colors or at all.
Ali Vitale joins us tonight again from the campaign trail, this time in Manchester. So, Ali, you just talked about this is a big test for Nikki Haley in New Hampshire, but what does passing that test really look like for her? Does she have to win this, or is her team trying to spin a second-place victory?
Well, look, Tom, they've been really difficult to pin down on this. When we were in Iowa, I understood why, because they were clear that second or third would have been fine by them strategy-wise. But here on the ground in New Hampshire, we've really watched them continue to shift the goalposts of what it means to be successful here in the Granite State. Her top endorser, the governor here, Chris Sununu, said a month ago he thought she was going to run away with this primary in a landslide. Now, just last week, he's shifting those expectations, saying that second place is probably what's going to happen, and that second place has always been the Haley campaign's goal. Of course, we all know getting first is better than getting in second, but it's clear that the Haley team is at least trying to set low expectations, unclear of if they'll actually get to surge into that top position over her former boss, Tom.
You know, Ali, one of the interesting things that's happening in New Hampshire just this week is that we're seeing less and less of Governor Ron DeSantis, right? He never sort of put a lot into New Hampshire, but now with the debates disappearing, he's really barely going to be there. Doesn't him sort of disappearing from this conversation actually hurt Nikki Haley because his voters most likely will go to Donald Trump?
Well, look, there's two ways that you can look at this. I've heard from Trump campaign allies that they prefer a field that is much larger because they feel like that benefits the former president. Certainly, that is one school of thinking. The other school of thinking is that by putting this into a one-on-one race, you can really see where the field would stand if it was Trump versus the other non-Trump candidate, whoever that might be. You're right to make the point that DeSantis voters are more likely to go to someone like Trump. They also could just stay home, and that's where Nikki Haley's coalition of building outside of the so-called MAGA movement comes in. She's trying to pull in independents and Democrats as well because they can play in this primary. That's going to be a different strategy, and one, frankly, that she could only do in a state like New Hampshire. The other thing for Ron DeSantis, and you know this so well, half the battle of being a presidential candidate is just showing up. Once you take yourself out of the conversation of where everyone is talking about, in this case, and for the next week, it's going to be New Hampshire, it's really difficult for him to continue to live off the land when he's not where the conversation is, and all of those debates have dried up, so he's not consistently in front of a national audience.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.